Hello everybody, it is me, Wasabi, and I'm back again with another episode of the Minecraft Fossils and Archaeology Genesis series, and as you can see, I have been quite busy here in the laboratory. I have actually been kind of making it feel like a lab now. I've put some glass on the little tank area over there. I've yet to fill it up with water or fill it in with what I want to fill it in with. But due time. What's bigger is that I have begun to work on actually cultivating dinosaurs. Now, granted, I have not really gotten there yet where I have like an egg or anything, but as you can see here, this is where we're going to put the cultivators. Now, again, this first one here that I've kind of used as like a prototype to sort of figure out what I want to build with going forward is not kind of finished. I still have to put like a roof on top of it. However, the mechanical side of things is finished. So we've got this hole here that we'll reach in and have the cultivators here. If the cultivator breaks, such through failure, it'll drop the Filosaurus down there. There's water currents underneath there that'll push it into that little crevice back here, and I've yet to decide what to do with it. My main theory is actually, the main thing I want to actually do is take like some of the Filosauruses and put them in their own enclosures, just so I can have like a little tally of how many Filosauruses there's actually been within the park. So I'll pick these up with a mob imprisonment tool that I've got from Industrial Foregoing, I think it's called, and yeah, this here is a dropper that I have linked up with redstone to be a sort of an elevator. So that way, if there's hoppers down at the bottom, they point into this dropper right here, and this thing will work as an elevator to allow me to retrieve anything that might have gotten damaged or broken. So if we pop back up there, I had to look up these designs from a what's his name? The Iron Mines? No, the Dinosaur Mine. I was rewatching that series, and that's kind of where I got most of the inspiration for the buildings and for things like this, because he uses a lot of like redstone heavy things in the thing rather than mods, and I'm just inspired to do that with my my dinosaurs. Well, I want to use more practical vanilla redstone applications to do things rather than just purely like modded contraptions. And so this is going to be one of them, where if the mod thing breaks, there's going to be a water source. I'm just going to come here, fill it in with like maybe a piece of dirt, and if I were to throw this here as a demonstration, did it? Oh, there it goes. There's my stone. So this thing works. I'm going to do this with every single one. There's going to be an entire row, as you see, with these holes. And this last one over here, I haven't really dug it out and stuff, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of cultivators cultivating dinosaurs. And if we go down here to the area down here, I've also been very busy with this. As you can see from last episode, I have kind of fleshed out this room. Now I've also built these little card indicators. If I were to get my key card holder, and I've got like these sort of key cards in here, and if I click it with this, it allows me in. I know, it's a single player world. This is not like a server or anything, but I do find these like little details to be pretty cool. Of course, you could still like just mine your way through breaking, but it's a little bit of just like an aesthetic that I think that matters. The aesthetic I think counts here. So if I come in here, we have our sifter set up. I haven't made any of the other like crushers and stuff, but this thing will be cobblestone, sift all that, and I've gotten a bunch of this stuff over here. I don't really know how much of each item I have. Like, okay, I almost have a stack of biofossils. I probably have close to a stack of cobblestone. If I put this through this system again, yeah, it begins to crush it, turn it into gravel. It'll get sifted back down and turned into more goodies. Speaking of goodies, I'm going to need to grab a couple of you and get the key card holder and go over to this area. Last episode, this was just like a stone wall. I've actually dug it out and kind of messed around with the design. I was wanting to do it for this episode, but because of the redstone technical engineering behind it, I just decided to do it off camera. So similar to there, we have a hopper system that comes in and puts it into... Actually, I should go back here. Okay. So things are simple. So we have this hopper line right here that basically takes a bunch of stuff that I'll put in the hopper here, gets pushed this way, and then it'll be something through here, but these hoppers are locked with a redstone signal. If I... no, I don't have anything on me. Basically, if I had to break this... that had a piece of redstone, darn it. So this piece right here is a redstone, if you can... darn it. I'm going to have to actually turn this into stone bricks. Yeah, there we go. That way I have a bunch of stuff here. So if I just hop up here. Okay, that was just super laggy. So there's a redstone line right here. This whole system here is just dedicated to provide a signal that where all the redstone, where will these lockers hop, by the time it gets to this thing down here with the comparator, as we can see right there. If I come out here, this comparator will detect from this hopper, and then when it does, it'll basically allow these hoppers to go down, allowing me to basically use all of the analyzers simultaneously in basically one big processing unit. So let's put that back here. Darn it. So yeah, there's that. And I have tested it out. That's why I have all these DNA. I did take some things from over there, process it through over here, and I did like a couple stacks to really trying to push it and see if it works. It works really well. And I think today, this episode, now, what do we want to cultivate for kind of like first dinosaur? And I was thinking, we don't have a lot. We have like the Orthianus, we have like Galminus, we have I think a Velociraptor, Plesiosaur, Allosaurs, Ichthyosaurs, Protoceratops, which I think that might be what I want. Mosasaurus. Oh, we got a Mosasaur. Pteranodon, that's going to be a unique enclosure. Dilophosaurus, Triceratops, Pachycephalosaurus, Carnotaurus or Carnosaurus, and then good old Stegosaurus. Of course, I did also test it with biofossils. Not biofossils, plant fossils, so we do have an array of various plants here that I might want to cultivate, as well as maybe just kind of send through to be processed elsewhere. But yeah, we also have like some alligator gar and stuff, like a nautilus. But let's see, what do we want to cultivate today? Dilophosaurus is tempting. I think I might just go with Dilophosaurus. It's a meat eater, and I usually like to go with carnivores for my first sort of bit, but I think it's worth it. Now then, we need to be able to, in order to create the cultivators, we're going to need a tar slime drop, which is why I grabbed the shattered pottery shards or whatever they're called. Because if I come in here, where is he? Where is he? Oh my gosh, what happened to... Oh, I just passed him. He's way over here. So if I come over to you, get a bunch of these, I get some emeralds. What are you doing? What do you open up your tray with? Oh, archaeology? Oh, ancient helmet. I can take a broken ancient helmet and he can give me a normal one. Okay. So he can give me archaeology. Increases the likelihood of getting archaeology-related items, things like relic traps and scarab gems. Pretty tempting, actually. Now, let me ask, what do you get? Now, I need a trade and get you, so that gives me 6 of these tar drops. Tartar sauce. Now let's go to bed. Alrighty then, now let's... I got glass and stuff like that that I've smelted up. Should be... yeah, it's right here. We need a bucket of water, which we got in some iron. We've got plenty of iron. I just need a 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll grab that because I want to make... If I remember off the top of my head, it's going to be like something like this with a tar drop on the top, bucket right there, and then iron underneath. Yep, I remember it off the top of my head. So give me the bucket of water. Come over here and just make the second one. Now we can just, yeah, there we go. Now then, after that, we need bio-goo. Bio-goo, I use... Okay, so to make that, we need to... Okay, it doesn't show a recipe, but yeah, we need bio-goo right here. It's going to need an egg, some wheat, rotten flesh, and milk. Fortunately, because I need a leather factory, I do have milk. I did decide to go over and grab some chickens, just not for the eggs actually, because I wanted to actually create a chicken farm. For feathers actually, because I was wanting to do a bit of a project later with arrows. Due to the fact that I want here soon, if not, we might actually do it not today, but maybe next episode. And that is, I was collecting some arrows so I can come over here, this area, so I can kill the dragon. And there's another one over here that also I want to get rid of, just so I can clear up this area and not be afraid to just like load in the chunks, and this thing come and tries to eat me. So yeah, I would like to go do that. And plus the various body parts, like the scales and stuff, I can upgrade my armor and make better armor. Granted, I might have to, I'll have to get it enchanted and stuff, but it'll be fine. So we got that made. We need bio-goo, so we need to come over here. Wheat. I'm not seeing any wheat. I might go harvest some. Replant. Leftovers I can just kind of like throw up here. Oh, I got a rotten egg. Let's see, can we get something from it? Nope, it's a dud. Now then, bio-goo should be missing rotten flesh. Rotten flesh acquired. I have a little bit, I don't have a lot. And with that, we should now have, there we go, ta-da, bio-goo. I did get some llamas, actually. This is funny enough. Like, I had a wandering trader come in, and these llamas, they broke free from the wandering trader because he was, like, wandering around my house. He pulled the leads off of these guys, and I decided I didn't know you could do this. But you can breed the llamas, the trader llamas, and I have over here... Where did he go? That's weird. I had a baby trader llama, and I didn't know that there was a baby version of, like, these trader llamas. But if I get on top of here... Yeah, it's just straight up says trader llama. I did not know that these... I thought this was a llama with, like, a special carpet or something on top of it. But no, this is just what they look like. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, also, if you're wondering about this thing, I spent quite a while in between last episode, making this, something called a digital miner. This is quite useful, as you can see. I've been getting a bunch of different, like, little ores here and there from it, like diamonds, deep slate, lapis lazuli. This stuff was really hard to make, and I was wondering if I should make it on episode, but because of how complex it was, I decided to do it off camera, because you need, like, obsidian, diamonds, to infuse it to make alloys, like reinforced obsidian, and then you need to combine it with, like, various, like, infused alloys to make a bunch of stuff. It's like, I just did it off camera. There's like 1,000,001 like tutorials on how to make the thing. You just go online, find it, and ta-da. I haven't been using it a lot because I can't run it infinitely, because if I go to upgrades, I have actually did the painstaking task of spending all my gold making energy upgrades, like an entire stack of this. It was ridiculous. I had to actually use it to mine up gold, use my Fortune 3 drill bit to basically get a bunch of more gold, to make like an entire stack of energy upgrades. Even still, even though I have a bunch of these energy upgrades, I cannot run it 24/7. It has to build up just a buffer of energy before I can, to use it for mining. And depending on how much stuff, when I move it to a new chunk, I think that buffer of like 1.5 million EU or something is going to just be gone if I were to move it to another chunk. So I got all the... Need more bio-goo, get the other bit of bio-goo. Let's just put up the stuff so it doesn't clutter up the inventory too much. That would technically go there. Actually, I'm going to move that over here so that way I don't lose all the sort of modded and false and archaeology items. So, now then. We only have one of these things that kind of technically works. So I'm going to put it here, put one of you here, and then I should technically put in two, because I think I don't know if the eggs stack, so I don't know. We'll test it out. So there we go. This is glowing. Nice little embryo. I don't have enough concrete. This is the one thing I'm out of. It's actually gravel of all things. Now I do think, and I might need a... I think I can take this cobblestone here, take it up to this crusher up here, and have it be crushed down into all the gravel that I want. I'm testing it now on camera because I don't know. I didn't think about this before, but if I can take a bunch of my cobblestone and just turn it into concrete. Because other than that, I have an entire desert I can go to for sand. So, cobblestone goes into what? Oh, gravel, and it processes that real quick. A fly must have flew in here and got grounded up into a maggot. That's funny. Alright, so gravel is being processed. I can then turn this into concrete. I should have enough sand. The recipe. Let's see, what sand what can I crush into sand? Just sandstone? Okay, and that gives me a little bit of nitric stuff. What's this used for outside of the... Oh, just straight up gunpowder or fertilizer? Yeah, outside of that, it can be basically turned into gunpowder with a little bit of sulfur. What's sulfur made from? Oh, blaze rods? High pressure refinery, I can turn sulfurized diesel? Oh, okay, so what's sulfurized diesel made from? A coker? Honey... bitumen to... Okay, so it is, I can take water and some bitumen, turn it into pit coke with sulfurized diesel, or I can get it from a distillation cell where I can get creosote, or I can get sulfurized diesel, gasoline additives, and naphtha. Ooh, this is some like future, like complicated stuff in the future. Oh god. Right now I am nowhere near that kind of level of industrialization. I've got this little setup here. The power generation is not really all that amazing, and I would have to upgrade this a lot in the future. Like, I'm thinking, and this is what I'm thinking for the long-term future, is that I'm gonna level this mountain hill to be as flat with this, and I think I'm gonna do it with that side as well. Have this kind of be one big area, but I'm gonna have like a pathway and a bridge that runs sort of across this valley to the mountains over here. And my reasoning, I think I'm going to like get rid of all this whole structure, because it's just kind of like in the way. Oh my goodness, there's iron golems up here. Yeah, this is just like a cemetery. I think it's the ground here spawns like ghosts and stuff, and that's what these guys have been getting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tear this down, build a bridge over to this part up here, if I can get up here, and use this, a lot of this, I'm going to flatten all this out over here and turn this into part of the base, where the laboratory is going to be down there, and I might move all that processing over to here and have this sort of be my industrial district. If I look on the map, this is a big old mountain range, and I think I'm just going to, you know, take my big old drill and begin using it to help me flatten huge areas over here. And I don't think I'm going to flatten this mountain over here, but I might build into it, kind of like how I've done over here. And instead of like doing like a laboratory, it's just like a bunch of industrialized stuff over there, in and through the mountain. Now again, that's kind of long-term-ish. I eventually would like to make things like a museum and other stuff, but I don't know where to put that. Like right now I'm dealing with this laboratory. I'm not done with it. I think I might get a second story over here. I don't know. I've been thinking about adding it sort of like a store, like a tower up here that leads up to this part, because I would like to have not necessarily a second floor. Well, now that I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it, yeah, this could be a second story that I dig somewhat into mountain. It doesn't go fully all the way, but it does allow me to, ouch, get like up there, and because I want to have like a sort of walkway that bridges over to into the mountain this way. Like as you can see with Ah, never mind. Now let's just go back to sleep, get the night away, and hopefully we can see if this thing over here is done. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And it is processing for the second one. Okay. That's neat. Okay, this is really neat. Now then, although now that I save that, let's go outside here and check out the enclosure that we just saw. I glossed over for a little bit. So this is the enclosure. It is a big old, I'm going with a big design. You've seen a lot of people kind of like working with the land. I'm just straight up like terraforming, bulldozing it over. This is not the final product. I've just kind of mapped out some areas that I want. As you will see in the future, I'm going to tear into this mountain here to put to flatten it out, to put in a sort of entryway here. Put an entryway here to get down to the enclosure. This is going to be sort of like a mountain bit that's going to like is raised up with a sort of. I'm thinking about this side of the thing being level with the river. Yeah, and I just haven't like gotten to it yet. But this will be the enclosure for the animals, for a little Dilophosaurus. I have not put any kind of feeders in here or any kind of like food for the Dilophosaurus because I was debating on what I was wanting to use, and since I have like multiple Dilophosauruses, I just decided to go with that. But before we hatch the dinosaurs, I'm going to build, and I think I'm going to be building it on this side, kind of going with this sort of setup underground. Or maybe I should put it in... No, I think I'm just going to like dig a hallway through here and just make it into another room. We're going to have an area where we hatch the dinosaurs. We'll have an area that hatches the dinosaurs. We'll then transport them when they're kind of big enough and the enclosure's ready to the location where I want them to be. And I think we'll go from there. About halfway through. I'm just rambling on so we can get through to the thing processed. Yeah, we got extra culture vat. I'm gonna stick it in here temporarily unless that breaks. Get this piece of gold up in there. My block chest is full of a bunch of dirt. Soil. Yeah, I did go to the nether too because I needed some quartz crystals. However, I did not realize this until I was trading with this guy down here because I had a bunch of granite that I realized I could sell off to this guy. Yeah, I can sell like some 16 for like an emerald. But I unlocked his trades and I didn't realize you can just straight up get quartz from this guy. And I can break down the quartz in like the crusher to get quartz blocks to get quartz bits. As well as if I come over here to this, there's a cutting board. If I just take a block of quartz, I think I can demonstrate it because I have some left over from when I processed it. Yeah, right here. If I can just take this quartz block, turn it into quartz block. If I put it down here, and then take my pickaxe, and left click it, it just gives me more quartz. Like, let's see. Turn this all. Yeah, 11. Yeah, I could just get quartz for trading. I didn't need to go into the nether at all. Now, it did give me the blaze rod, some blaze rods. I did find a fortress to get some blaze rods that have allowed me to make a, as you saw in there, like a priest, whatever it's a cleric, or whatever you would call it. So that way I can also get like things like redstone and whatnot now, without going mining. Redstone, lapis, even glowstone. No longer need to go in the nether for that either. And if I want to, I can trade any kind of gold for this. Is the thing done? Is our not Velociraptor, Dilophosaurus done? Jeez, I've got like so much going on over here. I'm like lagging out pretty bad when I come over here. But anyways, we got almost that done. Shame that it didn't break. I would love to have seen it like demonstrate in action with us like getting a Phalosaurus. Because I would like to, like the Phalosaurus, one of the things that I do want is that they do leave behind a trail of like goo that I think I can mine up with like a shovel and get slime balls. So that way I don't need to use tar drops to make these cultivats. I can just use the tar drops. So anyways, so we've managed to get our dinosaurs. I'm going to pop them into the backpack for the time being, just safekeeping. And we could just put this up here. You and you. Got no room in the proper storage areas. We didn't do much today. We kind of just walked around, talked a bit. I don't got sand. Where's the sand? Here we go. And I need now bone meal. Oh wait, I think I have white dye somewhere. I'm trying to make concrete so I can start beginning processing it. Oh, there we go. 30 white dye. That make me 2 stacks of that. I'll put in this in here. Oh yes, I can. So let's see. Get this over here. Mine this up. This is pretty fast. The pickaxe I do have now is pretty much a fully upgraded pickaxe with even mending. Granted, I do need to develop a... Well, I can do that with trades, but I would like to have a mob farm. So that way I can get a bunch of drops because of the fact that I can change mob spawners so easily with the mob spawning mod that I have. I would like to gather up... I need to get a silk touch pick and gather up a couple of the mob spawners I found. Like that one over there, as well as the blaze spawner in the nether that I found. So I can make an ultra OP monster farm like I've done with the iron farm down there, which has gotten me so much iron that I've actually been using it for building blocks to make my exhibit. If you didn't see it, it had like a rim of iron blocks. That stuff goes down 5 blocks because I know in the Fossils and Archaeology mod, they can the dinosaurs by default can break blocks, and the only 2 blocks I know they can't break are iron and obsidian, and well, I think with the update now it's like ancient debris might be another block that they cannot break. With oh no, I lied. It's more than 2. It's the reinforced glass right there, which is what this is. This is what reinforced glass looks like now. I think they nerfed it because the reinforced glass before was just a clear glass with like a sort of an outline that had connected textures, so you didn't get like lines like the glass up there does. And now they've nerfed it, so it got all the little white streaks in it. But it doesn't look bad. I think it's not as clear as it was because you still got like the little pixels here and they're blurring it up a little bit. But yeah, I can see Dilophosaurus being kept in that exhibit. But yeah, so cultivators. I don't have any of the redstone components like that one does, but this is basically what I've been doing. It's just slowly building out the laboratory, making it feel way more like a lab. Like now we have this little section down here, and we've got cultivators up here. This is going to look so much more amazing. In fact, let me just get over here and just kind of top this up one off. So it's going to be topped off, I think, like this with... I need to get a half slabs. Move the burger. So if I finish them off like this and get some half slabs going, like this, to kind of like seal it off so there's no gaps, then I might be able to... Oh, actually I need to mine out that and then mine out that one. So that way I can get a redstone block and a redstone block and a redstone lamp. So power this with a redstone block, get the redstone lamp there, then do that. Darn it! I don't think I can get that without breaking something. Alright, there you go. It'll all pop up in here. That's so cool. I like that. And it should be like this if I get more glass. What this looks like. So more half slabs. So again, topping it off, soon making it sealed up so it doesn't have any gaps. Like that. Same with this side. Now then, let me step back. I think it works. I think I might need to remove that layer and replace it with, say... I think I need to remove that and replace it with like half slabs. And then maybe just half slab that up there. Kind of make it feel like it's sloped a bit. Not the best, but it will. I think it'll work. Especially that this will connect with this one here. And say this. I think this looks good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually as a sort of cultivator. So put this one here back again. Yeah, like the fact that there's a glass right here missing, I don't think makes it kind of takes away from it a little bit. But I do think I think it looks pretty good. Just like this angle and stuff, like yeah. I think it looks pretty good, and it has like functionality underneath where I can actually like throw something in and it'll, like pop it up here. So if this breaks, I can get like my stuff back. I think that'll be it for this episode, guys. It's a little bit more of a chill episode. We didn't really do much other, kind of walk around, talked about a few things, finished this off. You know, it's just a little chill episode, you know, as progress and stuff, showing you guys what I've been doing. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.